4.3, distribute and combine like terms. So now we are putting together 4.1 and 4.2. We're going to have to use distributive property, which we practiced in 4.2. But we're going to have some like terms to combine after we distribute. So most of this is just examples. So we're going to start out with example 1.
What?
Yep. Alright. So I see 5 and a parenthesis, so my immediate thought is I need to use distributive property here. So I'm going to distribute that 5 into the parentheses. Okay. So then we have to actually do it. 5 times A, that gives me 5A. And 5 times, this is a positive 3, gives me positive 15. And we still have a plus 2, so we need to bring that down. We haven't used it yet. Now I need to look at what I have so far. And do I have any like terms that I can combine?
Yes.
I do. I have positive 15 and positive 2. Remember, constants are like terms. So we have 5A, and what's 15 plus 2? 17. So my answer is 5A plus 17.
This is easy.
Let's look at example 2. 2m, or 2 times m plus 3p plus 5m. So in this example, I see a number in parentheses, so my first thought again is distributive property. So I'm going to distribute the 2 into the parentheses. And what do I get? 2 times m gives me 2m. And 2 times positive 3p plus 6p plus 5m. Okay, am I done?
No.
No, I have some like terms that I can combine. What are they? 2m and positive 5m. What is 2m plus 5m? Good, 7m. Plus 6p. Are these in alphabetical order? Yes.
Wait, what is the
We just, it's convention. We just put them in alphabetical order. Here's a little bit harder one. Example 3. Negative parentheses 6v plus 2 plus 8v plus 3. Now this one looks a little bit trickier. If I have negative a parentheses, what's there that I cannot see?
1.
An invisible 1. So what do I need to distribute into the parentheses? Good, negative 1. So we distribute negative 1 into the parentheses. Negative 1 times 6v gives me negative 6v. And negative 1 times positive 2 gives me? Good, negative 2. Plus 8v plus 3. Okay? Alright, now I need to look at what I have left. And I ask myself, okay, do I have any like terms?
Yes. No.
I do have like terms. I have negative 6v and positive 8v. And I also have negative 2 and positive 3. So let's combine those guys. Negative 6v plus 8v. 2v. Negative 2 plus 3. Positive 1. So that is my answer. One last thing, so we do need to take some notes. There are times where we're going to be asked to take the distributive property and do it backwards. Okay, so to do the distributive property backwards, there's going to be what we call a common factor. So we need to identify that common factor and underline it. Then we move the common factor out to the front. and we write what's left. So when I'm doing distributive property, what operation am I doing? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Multiplication, right. So if I am undoing distributive property, what am I going to be doing? Dividing. Good. So we're going to do some examples of that. Example 1, example 4, sorry. What we want to do is determine what the distribution problem was that gave the following. So we're undoing the distributive property. So what was our first step? Our first step was, Giselle? Underline the common factor. What's the common factor here? What do they have in common?
4.
They both have 4, right? So we're going to underline the 4s. Okay, so that was step 1. What was step 2?
Move the common factor to the front.
Good, move the common factor to the front. So we're going to take those 4s, and I'm going to draw arrows going outside this time. And we're moving the 4s to the front. So what we're doing is we're going to rewrite it. 4 comes out in the front. And then step 3 is write what remains. So if we took the 4 out, what's left over? P plus M. So that P and that M is what's left over. So did we undo distributive property here?
Yes.
Does this now look like a distributive problem? Yep, so that's what our answer is. No, because if you distribute it, you would just redo what you undid, right? So all we're doing is we're undoing distributive property. So that's your answer. That's what they're looking for. Yes. Okay, last example, example 5. We're going to undo the distributive property. So my first step is to underline the common factor. What's the common factor here? 11. So we're going to underline 11. Then we want to move it to the front, so I'm going to draw arrows that go out to the front this time and rewrite it outside. And if I took 11 out of the parentheses, what's left inside? M plus N. Good. Yes.
It's like basically our homework.